Slum-like conditions after the Industrial Revolution in 1844 laid the foundation of the Young Men's Christian Association in London. Its prime mover was George Williams. A good salesman, Williams had migrated to London to seek work. But it was all gloom and despair in London. The city was full of beggars, pickpockets, and abandoned children. 21-year-old Williams and some of his other colleagues sought to help alleviate the gloom of the working class in the city by providing Christian fellowship, prayer, and Bible study as an alternative to the squalor of the streets. Their efforts were successful, and YMCA was established in London on June 6, 1844.
Hello, is this the YMCA?
YMCA, yeah.
At last.
By 1851, there were 24 Ys in Britain. 3 years later, the first international convention was held in Paris. By that time, there were almost 400 Ys in 7 countries, having a combined membership of over 30,000.
The Christian associations have for their object the union of those young men who, regarding Jesus Christ as their God and Savior according to the Scriptures, desire to be His disciples in their doctrine and in their life, and to associate their efforts for the extension of His kingdom amongst young men.
George Williams died in 1905 and was buried at London's St. Paul's Cathedral complex, the same place where he gave shape to the global movement. In India, the YMCA movement is believed to have taken roots in Kolkata in 1857. But the National Council of YMCAs was established on February 21, 1891. Council's National General Secretary Kumar recalls the legacy of George Williams.
6th June, I should say, it is a great important occasion, a day where we commit ourselves, where we try to dedicate ourselves in creating and innovating programs for YMCA, so that the YMCA movement, which started way back in 1844, the legacy of our founder George Williams will continue. The legacy is nothing but the vision of the George Williams to reach the more marginalized, downtrodden, and the needy people, to serve them with body, mind, and spirit activities.
New Delhi YMCA is leading the movement in a big way. President of the association, Vijay Russell.
New Delhi YMCA is performing the role of a torchbearer of YMCA. From its inception, it has portrayed all the values which YMCA stands for. We are perhaps the biggest in India, and if not the biggest, one of the biggest in Asia. We have had very active relationship with Louisville YMCA, which has been now going on for 2 decades. We have also had occasion to visit Jerusalem YMCA, and they have visited us. And we, in the past, have tied up with Glasgow YMCAs and other YMCAs in US. It is the work of Christ, but is implemented not like a church or a denomination, but in our own way of living. And that's what YMCA is all about. I look with thankfulness to George Williams when he started this movement. It's a movement which has embraced community work all over the world, and we are in New Delhi privileged to be carrying that torch.
As New Delhi YMCA organizes the Thanksgiving service to mark the YMCA Day, Association's General Secretary Joy Benjamin is seeking a deeper meaning of the celebrations.
To
observe the YMCA Day on the YMCA premises, it's all right, it's indeed a pleasure, but we should also celebrate the YMCA Day with the people who are underprivileged, less privileged, and not so privileged. This movement especially came or started in this world for people who were oppressed, suppressed, the weak, gender, women, girl child, and for young people. And it's important that the YMCA Day is not only observed within the four walls of an organization, it should be also celebrated with the people whom we serve as a Christian movement. Only then it will have a meaning.
Involvement of the young people and the underprivileged is another challenge before the New Delhi YMCA.
I personally feel that we need to involve young people more and more in the decision-making processes. We do involve them in our programs, but effort is all over this country to involve young people in the decision-making process. And no matter how hectic our life is, as Christians, as a Christian movement, we, our young people, will have to find time for the less privileged. Only then the YMCA programs and activities will have a meaning.
The fresh challenge comes in the wake of years of hard work. But today, when celebrating Sir George Williams, New Delhi YMCA takes pride in its untiring efforts to carry the YMCA movement forward. Compliments keep the ball rolling.
I think I consider personally the New Delhi YMCA is a jewel in the Indian YMCA movement because of the programs that you organize for the development of the body, mind and spirit, especially the community programs, the rural development programs, the camping programs, the empowerment of people in different levels is very much lauded. And we are very happy that New Delhi YMCA is able to fulfill the legacy of George Williams